real stay shit. You already know what the fuck going on. So we posted here today because it's some fucking troubling news. I feel like this shit is pretty fucked up. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Megan Thee Stallion recently in her new tweets, she was basically dissing Kodak Black and shit. And it's like crazy fucked up because we just made a last video about this, and it was basically talking about how Kodak talked about how he was struggling with addiction, struggling with the industry, struggling with people in general, because of like, ever since he's come home from jail, like it's just been tough for him. And he was just coming out on DJ Academic's platform, and he in an interview basically just said all this. Now, one of the main things in the interview that kind of went like big was the fact that Kodak was saying Megan Thee Stallion never credited him for making up the I'm driving the boat like meme, and then she kind of just took it and ran with it. I don't know if y'all remember in like 2018 or when the fuck, I think it was 2018, 2019, she sort of just like ran with this shit, and she was like in every single video she was like, let me drive the boat. And she was saying that, and she basically like took it like for her own statement, but it's like really like the whole idea of that shit, the whole like original thing that happened from that was Kodak Black in that meme where he was driving the boat and smoking a black and mild, and then he was like, let me drive the boat. So he basically started that. So I guess he didn't really he wasn't saying like, yo, this bitch need to credit me right now, but it's like he was basically saying that at the time that she was running with that shit, he was in jail and he needed all the support he could get. And like he was just saying it would have been easy for her just to be like, if anyone asks like, yo, who made that, be like, Kodak Black made it, and like free that boy, like he was in jail at the time, and then just like show him some support or something. But it's crazy that people nowadays will take something that someone else made and then run with it. Like in her recent tweets, she was saying you fell off, and people are saying that she was talking about Kodak, even though we'll get into that. But she said you fell off, young boy better and shit, just trying to troll and shit. But it's like, I don't know. If she was coming at Kodak, it's kind of backwards, because obviously he didn't fall off if she was the one that invented the shit. And I feel like this isn't helping her case, because I feel like the thing about Megan Thee Stallion is her music is fire, but there's a lot of people that in the rap community that don't really fuck with her. And already with the Tory Lanez shit, like we don't really know what really happened with that shit, and we hope, I thought that she was telling the truth, but like more shit be coming to light every day, and then it's more confusing. But like that's besides the point. Like I don't know, the way that she like comes across and like I don't like holds herself makes people like not really fuck with her, at least in the rap community. Like it's just that the way that she be doing it, and then this especially, like this isn't helping her case, because Kodak Black is one of the goats of this generation. Like he gave her a whole fucking thing to run with and shit. Like this nigga Kodak is responsible for hella fucking trends. He's the whole reason why Cardi B went fucking crazy on that one song, because she basically like took its whole cadence and everything. Like Kodak is responsible for influencing the game more than like we will ever know. And more people, if you really know rap, you know for certain that Kodak is a big influence on this game. If not, he's probably like of the newer generation, the biggest, one of the biggest. At least for Florida, like that nigga is a living legend in Florida. Like all these Florida niggas that we see from Jacksonville, from fucking Broward, from all these niggas, like they're really like they Kodak walked so they can run, you feel me? Like this nigga, like especially if you're from Florida and you were in Florida in Broward or Miami, and like from 2016 to like now, like that nigga, like you know, like everyone in Florida knows this nigga's songs, but like everyone all over the country shows this nigga love, and he be going through it with like everything that be happening and shit. And it's just like fucked up that she's just gonna kick this man while he's down. Like this nigga talking about depression and she's just hating. If that's the case, it's just like, man, she's going out sad, like for real. Like how are you gonna do that to someone, especially someone that came up with your whole swag and everything that you were saying at the time? It's just crazy. And that's just the industry as a whole. But man, I feel like it's not looking good for her, because like people are already hating. Like Kodak's producer says that she has a whole bunch of ghostwriters and she has a writing team for all her shit, and that she's an alcoholic. And it's like, I don't think that it's gonna come out good for her, because it's like, it's one thing to beef with like fucking Tory Lanez, who like no one really even, but like the weirdos that like Tory Lanez, like I don't really think his music isn't even that good, and he's not even really that culturally relevant. Like none of y'all niggas can tell me a real hit that changed society or anywhere as a whole. This nigga just a balding guy. But like Kodak isn't that. Like Kodak is a creative like force. Like that nigga's responsible for hella trends, hella shit in general. So, and it's like, I don't really think, like, how you gonna fucking diss the whole fucking, like, a whole Florida legend? Like, how you gonna go to Florida and have shows and shit and not expect people to hate on you and not expect shit to happen, especially if you dissing niggas, man? Like, it's just not smart. Like, I don't know why rappers, like, I don't know if they're drunk or like high or some shit, but it's like they don't be thinking, because it's like really you're like cutting off a whole, when you diss people and you're like dissing someone like that that's like well loved in the rap community, it's really just, you're just really taking away from fans. Obviously, like, the fans don't really overlap that much because she really has like younger fans, but I just feel like if you want like real supporters, how you gonna like knock someone that's a legend in a different category? And it's like, yeah, like sure she has like younger fans, but I feel like the thing about her is like she doesn't have like real, she probably has some of a fan base, but she doesn't really have like a dedicated fan base enough to be doing this shit. Like I feel like people know her music more than they know her, and people do fuck with her, but it's like this isn't really a good look to be dissing someone like this. Like for business, for like people to fuck with you in general, it's like you're excluding a certain audience by dissing someone. So it's like Tory Lanez doesn't really even have an audience like that, but it's like Kodak has a big audience, and it's like if you're shutting off those niggas, like you're like, why would you do that? That shit is dumb as fuck. Like you have to be a fucking drunkie to do that type of shit. If she was dissing, man, she could have just been saying shit, but it sounds like she was dissing him because it was right after the interview aired, and I know she's gonna see hella hate from it. And like, I don't know, just apologize to this nigga. It's so easy, just fucking admit that you didn't come up with this shit, man. Like, man, like let this nigga have his flowers while he's still here, man. Like this nigga be going through shit, and it's just fucked up that people do this, but this is that industry shit, and this just makes me feel some type of way, because it's like, if she's acting like this towards Kodak, who didn't even do anything to her, imagine what she was doing in the Tory Lanez situation. Like, is there more that we don't know about that happened, and he's like, there's a different story, and she's just doing shit just to be like the trending topic? Like, niggas be letting this fame get to their head, but we won't fucking know, and hopefully she clarifies. But knowing Megan Thee Stallion, like I've seen her get hella hate about that shit, so like we gonna see. I feel like dissing Yak is not like a good idea. Like I feel like she's gonna crack under the pressure of niggas hating, because already people were hating on her before. Like when you look at DJ Academics post some shit, which is like the biggest hip-hop platform, she was already getting hate, and I felt kind of bad. But now it's like 100% hate, and it's not just like randoms, like it's like industry niggas hating on her. So it's like, I don't think that's definitely not a good look for her. And just judging based off the shit that happened in the Tory allegations, like she cracked under pressure, and these people, like, you think that they be trolling, and then they like, when people hate on them, you think they don't care? Nah, they fucking care, man. Like, you're gonna see if the hate gets too strong, she's gonna have to say something about it. She's probably gonna say sorry and say that she wasn't meaning anything about it. That's what I think, because it's like, these niggas, like, people already were looking for a reason to hate on you, and then you're gonna make it like attack someone who's clearly saying that they have like drug addiction problems and they've been going through it the past weeks, and then niggas see that and they're gonna hate on you 10 times harder. You think she's just gonna sit there and be like Tekashi 6ix9ine and not care about the hate? Like, nah, bro. Like her, she's gonna care about the hate, and it's gonna probably come hard. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I already been seeing it, so it's gonna be interesting to see what the fuck happens. Hopefully she was not talking about Yak, but if she was, then we're gonna fucking see what the fuck is good. But hey, man, real safe shit. You already know what the fuck going on. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. We're gonna be tapped in on this situation if there's any more updates, but you already know. Peace out.